Okay, so here we are, back at Streetbike. Still, Wednesday the 27th of January 2010. Here's my good man Jason. How the devil are you, Squire?
Not too bad.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Nice new haircut. You've had a shave. You're looking good, man, as well.
Yeah, well, I just thought I'd start the new year fresh.
Yeah, I like that, man. I like that. And listen, I've had so much fun over Christmas and the last couple of days in the reviews on the Wr125X. What a perfect bike to just have when it's not great outside. I haven't ridden for a few weeks, and you've actually got next to it as well the Wr125R.
Yeah.
And you're going to talk us through a little bit about these bikes, aren't you?
Well, I'm not going to go too technical. So I think a good majority of the people who'll be interested in this bike aren't actually going to be wanting to be too technical about it.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I'll give you a little bit of a brief history on it. Basically, for the older people who've been watching and reading these blogs of yours,
yeah,
they'll remember the old DT125.
Yep.
Bit of a legend in the Yamaha paddock.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody used to buy them who wanted that type of style of bike, and probably the first thing they did was de-restrict it. Well, of course, with modern emissions going the way they are, 4-strokes have replaced the old 2-strokes.
Yes.
But what Yamaha decided to do with this is when they launched it, is put the Wr125X R125 motor in it.
It's pretty much, I was saying, it's actually the fastest 4-stroke 125, is that right?
The Wr125X is, yeah, but the fact is they've used the latest 4-stroke technology into there.
Yeah.
It's as close as you're going to get out of the crate as a competition bike,
yeah,
on the road.
Yeah, yeah.
As you've probably found out yourself.
Yeah, totally.
Real good fun element bike.
But it is as well, and I found that it's just the riding position and stuff on it is so nice and comfortable, you know. You're not over the handlebars, and I haven't had the YZF 125, and we will have one. It's a typical. This was the one I was going to take, wasn't it? But we talked about it being the fastest selling bike in the world. Came in this morning, sold already. So you know, we'll get someone else. But I mean, this, yeah, you know, I mean, what I found about this was great is big tyres, so you don't feel you're on a 125. Punchy, really punchy, up to about 40-50, which is all you need it in around town. It will top out, what, about 70 it doesn't it, I think? Yeah,
it should be about 70 mile an hour. I mean, the fact of the matter is obviously geared down compared to the YZF. Now, the YZF will do about 84 mile an hour.
Yeah.
So it gives you an idea of the potential of the motor.
Yeah, yeah.
But obviously in this style of bike, you're not looking for top speed, you're looking for, as you say, good down, bottom end punch, usability, and it's a fun factor, grin factor type motorcycle.
I've been laughing pretty much the whole time I've been riding it, to be honest with you. It's great.
I mean, the thing is, right, I think I haven't rode one of these yet, so tonight...
Yeah, you're actually going to take home this one after me ranting and raving about how much fun it is, yeah?
But the last time I rode one of these types of bike was a DT, and going around Stourbridge Ring Road, and there I was, and up pulls next to me a 17-year-old kid on his DT125, 2 or 3 of the guys on 125s, and do you know what? I was 17 for 20 minutes.
Yeah, it is.
And I think you've got it's that grin factor. It doesn't matter what you ride.
Yep. When
you watch the 17-year-olds, they all ride it like they've stolen.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
And I've got to admit, for 20 minutes while I was dodging around the back of Stourbridge with them, I felt that way.
I love it though, because on this you can use all the power. I mean, how many times you get on a bike, like we had the R1 and the high booster Gixxer 1300 and stuff. Amazing bikes, don't get me wrong, but you're using on the road probably about 15-20% of their potential. If that, these things you can literally rev the arse off it and have a lot of fun.
The fact is, I mean, you've got a full licence, you've ridden pretty much most of the stuff we've got in the showroom, and you've still come back and you've loved it, you've enjoyed it. I mean, I don't think a good majority of guys who got full licence would normally look at something like this.
No, totally.
But if they've got a position where they can put a second bike in the garage and they want something for working back, it's got to be worth a look at.
Around town, because it's so, look how narrow and stuff there as well. It's so easy to filter on. It is, you feel like you're almost like in a 4x4 bike. It's like the V-Strom with the riding position and stuff. And yeah, it's punchy. I mean, honestly, I did it on the diaries kind of coming up here today, but the actual acceleration away from the lights, nothing's going to get in your way. I did a couple of vans as well when I was coming down here, do you know what I mean? But it really won't. And up to 50-40 miles an hour, which is all you need around town. It's perfect. And the fuel economy, well, you gave it to me, what, 2 weeks before Christmas, 3 weeks before Christmas with half a tank in. Yeah. It's got down to the last bar on the fuel thing. I've done a good 120 miles on that easy kind of thing. So
yeah, I mean, with the newer motors now, I mean, obviously, the technology they use within the motor gives them good fuel consumption. They're using fuel injection on just about everything nowadays.
Yeah.
And if I remember rightly, this has got they use a little trick in the exhaust with these, which helps the power.
Yes.
But also make sure that whatever emissions it does kick out is pretty clean.
Yeah, yeah.
And for a 125, it is the latest technology that's gone into it. The only thing that probably would put a few people off is its seat height. Now I'm 6'2", right, so I'm going to sit on this.
Okay.
So we're going to go for a quick demo.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, this is the suit of the moto, and it will sit a little bit lower because of the wheels and tyres.
Yeah.
This is obviously the trolley type style. So obviously for me, it is a tall bike.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Once I'm on it, I am flat-footed, and I'm a little bit short in the leg. I'm holding the body. But the fact is, mate, it would be a little bit tall for other people.
Yeah, yeah.
The Wr125.
Yes.
The blue one down here, which suit your shorter.
Actually, do you know what that means? It does look a little bit more compact and everything else. I mean, as I said, one of the things I said, I'm 6'3", and at no point did I feel like I was on a small bike. You know,
yeah.
It didn't feel like you're riding a 125, which is one of the great things about it.
But style-wise, I think it's it's right there on the money, really. You look at the DT and the XT now; they look a little bit dated.
Yeah.
I mean, even though they're the same style of bike, it just looks sharper.
Yeah.
More what you'd want to see on a racetrack, really.
Yeah, totally. Well, me, obviously, haven't done that motocross day recently. You do, you do compare it to the bikes I was riding there, and obviously, those were kind of 450, much more powerful. But just actual ride and comfort, it feels very similar. It looks the same as well.
Another reason why I think your older guys would probably really enjoy it, I think, is the style's right. I think the handling's right. I think the practicality's right. And as I say, getting back to the work thing, I think they'd really enjoy it just for knocking about on.
So easy and so cheap to run. I mean, like, I know you're doing a free third-party insurance with these kind of things, aren't you, as well?
From Yamaha, yeah.
Yamaha as well.
But, because these only came out last year, these won't need any real packages to sell, I don't feel. I think maybe they've watched your blog and read a little bit upon them. I think if you're a 17-year-old especially, and you're looking for a 125, and you don't want to go the sports style, you want to go cruiser style, this is the type of thing you're going to be looking at.
Massively. And how much does it retail for?
These ones retail at $3.9.
Okay.
And the Supermoto version is another £100.
Okay.
So, I mean, bike-wise, it's a lot of bike for your money.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
The stuff that's gone into it. And being a Yamaha, the build quality will be top-notch as well.
Well, this is the thing. I talked a lot on the blogs about how I used to ride a Suzuki RG F125, and it was great two-stroke power valve. But the problem was, I would some days spend about an hour trying to start it if the power valve had got clogged, and it's because of the fuel injection, because it is a four-stroke. Don't have to worry about two-stroke oil. Just get on, goes, and have fun, really, isn't it?
But they are a fun bike, and I say if you're using it for work and back, practicality is the main thing.
Yeah.
Everything's nice and durable. Plenty of movement in there. If you drop it, what you're going to break? You're going to scratch the panel. Maybe take out the mirror or the bar end, bend the bar, but you're talking minor money, really.
Yeah, totally.
Everything's heat shielded or covered, so even the exhaust has got its own cover on there as well. So practicality wise, you don't just look the part, it is the part.
Yeah, and the grip you get from the tyres, the one I was riding, as you can see there, this has got more of the trial tyres on, but that's a good 17-inch wheel, isn't it? It's got great grip.
If you're only ever going to use it on the road, that's the model to go for.
Yeah.
But if you're thinking of as I say, it's the nearest thing to competition is you're going to get on the road out of a crate.
Yeah.
And the fact of the matter is, if you do go for the trials one, which comes with obviously the dual-purpose tyres, I'm not saying that you're going to go browbeating every hill you see.
Yeah.
But certainly if you've got grass or gravel or a little bit of off-road stuff, it's going to grip okay.
Yeah.
If you wanted some serious off-road action, you probably would want to change the tyres. I mean, you come down to stuff like the wavy disc they put on the trials version. I mean, that's stuff that we were only seeing on sports bikes 2 years ago. It
is incredible to see all this technology on a 125. It used to be that the 125s were almost like the throwaway end of the market, weren't they? And now they're realising, I think all manufacturers are, what a great, and what a big side of the market it is, not just for young people, but as you're saying, people who have maybe been out of bike for a while, the thought of getting on a big bike, even like the Yamaha XJ1300 over there, or the Intruders you've got over there, getting on something like this, and one of the things I said in the blog was, a lot of people could benefit from riding one of these, because without all the power, without everything else, you just remember how to ride and have fun.
Well, I've been a bit fortunate. I've ridden pretty much everything. The only thing I haven't ridden in this show is these WRs, so I'll be taking my little test drive tonight.
Wicked, mate.
I'm hoping I'll have as much fun as you've had.
Oh, I think you will, Jace. I really, really think you will. Listen, mate, brilliant. Thank you, as always, talking us through this stuff. Now, my next bike is that, isn't it?
CB 900 Hornet.
Wicked.
A very, very underrated motorcycle. If you look at all the components, you think fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. But you don't get the reviews and people talking about it. It should have really have got.
Yeah.
And it's one of those bikes that have gone under the radar a little bit in Honda's range.
Yeah.
But we look at it. What have you got? You've got under-seat pipes. You've got a 5-blade engine in there.
Yeah.
It's proper Honda build quality. This one's they all come with built-in immobiliser as well. What you're going to find with this is going to be smooth, easy to ride, but pin the throttle. And it'll make you green. It'll make you green.
Wicked. Well, on that note, I reckon I should get back on this. I'll start my official review of it tomorrow. It's getting dark now, and it's a bit rubbish filming in the dark. But Jace, as always, mate, I'll get a picture of your face as I shake your hand. Thank you so much, buddy.